Namaskar, welcome back to your geography class. Today we are going to discuss the exercise part, that is the question answers given at the back of the chapter. Of which chapter? Chapter number 3 that we have recently completed within our last class itself, and the chapter's name is Drainage Basin of India particularly, and we have entirely discussed the drainage pattern of India. So what exactly we are going to discuss within the entire questions? MCQs, 1 mark question, 2, 3. Likewise, it goes up to the 5 marks one. So almost the last question consider 5 marks. First question among the MCQs itself. In which of the following states is the Vuller Lake located? Jammu and Kashmir. And if you have ever paid attention within my classes, whatever notes are given by this side of the board, they comprises majority of the answers. Talking about particularly MCQs, so every MCQ's answer is lying within those notes. So kindly pay attention. Question number 2. The river Narmada has its source at from where exactly the Narmada river is originating? From the Amarkantak hills, Madhya Pradesh. Which one of the following is a saltwater lake? It's not about the saltiest one, we are talking about the saltwater lake. So Vuller is a freshwater, Gobind Sagar is an artificial lake, so need not to worry. It is also comprising freshwater, Dal too. So Sambar Lake, located in Rajasthan itself, it is a saltwater lake. Next question, which one of the following is the longest river of peninsular India? Also known as Dakshin Ganga. So it is Godavari. Krishna is also lengthy, but as compared to Godavari, it is lesser in length. Next is, which one amongst the following river flows through a rift valley? Although two peninsular rivers flow through the rift valleys, but in here those two rivers are not going to be. So we have to pick the name of one river that is mentioned over here, and that is Tapi. Besides Tapi, it is the Narmada river. Both of these flows within the Rift Valley itself. Now comes the 1 mark question, 1 word kind of question. What is meant by a water divide? And we have to give an example for that. Water divide, an elevated upland highland that divides two drainage basins. Again, an overview, but here is the written part for the learning. A water divide is an elevated area or likewise mountain or uplands that separates two drainage basins. Example is Ambala city, located at the borders of Punjab and Haryana. So it is located on the water divide of two rivers, the Indus and the Ganga river. So the example is Ambala. You have to learn that example. It can be asked anyhow. Next question, which is the largest river basin in India? Ganga river basin. And if you talk about the world, that will be Amazon. So Ganga river basin is the largest river basin in India. Next question, where do the rivers Indus and Ganga have their origin? Both of them have their direct indirect origins within the Himalayas itself or from Himalayas. Why I have stated indirect? Because the answer is in this answer. As Indus originates near Lake Mansarovar. So in Tibet, it is the direct origin from the Himalayas itself. The indirect origin is of the Ganga river, because Ganga river's headwater comes in the form of Bhagirathi river, that is having the water source back from the Gangotri glacier. So Ganga does not originate from Himalayas, although its headwater comes from there. So from the Gangotri glacier in Uttarakhand, its headwater is Bhagirathi. I have already stated this thing during the discussion of the chapter itself. Name the two head streams that forms Ganga, and where do they meet to form Ganga? Two head streams meet up at a point, and thereafter it is known as Ganga. So those are Bhagirathi and one more is there. Two head streams of the Ganga are Bhagirathi and Alaknanda. They do meet at Devprayag in Uttarakhand, and from thereafter the combined flow of Bhagirathi and Alaknanda is known as Ganga river. Next question is, why does the Brahmaputra in its Tibetan part have less silt despite a longer course? Consider this word Tibetan. So we are talking about the region Tibet, and Tibet is a cold and dry region. So this is the particular cause of not having more amount of silt within the water, within the Brahmaputra river's water. So in Tibet, the Brahmaputra flows through a cold and dry area, resulting in less water and silt. Next question: which two peninsular rivers flow through Trows? Now you must be wondering that within the entire chapter we have not discussed about this term Trows. So let me help you. We have discussed about valleys. So valleys are basically downward sunken part of the landform that calls for Trows as well. So you can consider the other name for the valleys or gorges, that is Trows. Gorges, valleys, both of them. Next question with the answer that I have already provided, Narmada and Tapi. So Narmada and Tapi are the rivers that flows within the rift valleys. Trows. Rift doesn't consider for this part of Trow, the valley that is a physiogeographical feature of the earth, that is to be considered for the part of Trows. State some economic benefits of rivers and lakes. We have discussed unanimous, but for the irrigation part, navigation part, and for the hydropower electricity generation, these are the three basic concerns. So rivers and lakes provide water for the irrigation, navigation, and hydropower generation. Along with that, it does promotes tourism as well, and I'm particularly talking about lakes. So and are essential for tourism, regulating river flow, maintains the availability of water along with maintaining aquatic ecosystem. It also preserves the marine life. But if we have to particularly concern within the question itself, what we have to answer necessarily over here, we have to answer about the economic benefits. So these three, 1, 2 and 3 other, along with tourism is there, but maintaining aquatic ecosystem, it can be left out. But as I said, need not necessary. So prominently those one. Here are the list of some lakes, and we have to put them in the categories of freshwater and saltwater lakes. Here is the question. Below are given the names of few lakes of India. Group them under two categories, natural and created. So artificial and the fresh and salty, both of them. And here is our answer: natural lakes, artificial lakes. So Wullard, Dal, Nainital, Bhimtal, Loktal, Bharapani, Chalika, Sambar, Pulikat, all these are the mixture of saltwater and freshwater lakes. Here are the artificial lakes, likewise Gobind Sagar, Rana Pratap Sagar, Nizam Sagar, Nagarjun Sagar and Hirakund. And among these lakes, we do have the hydroelectricity power generation plants as well. That is why they are artificially created. Discuss the significant difference between the Himalayan and peninsular rivers or Himalayan's peninsular river systems, both of them. So basic are these, and during the discussion of the chapter's topics, these individual topics, I have already shared the answer with you of differentiation. So the first point of differentiation is that Himalayan rivers are perennial rivers. They do provide water throughout the year. They do receive water throughout the year. Although peninsular rivers are the seasonal rivers, majority of them get more amount of water during the rainy season itself. Second point of comparison, Himalayan rivers are the longer rivers, peninsular rivers are the shorter rivers, and they have large basins. So if the rivers are short, of course their basins are to be the smaller itself. Then another point of comparison, they receive water from the rainfall and the melting of snow from the glaciers, and they do receive water from the rainfall only. That is why they are seasonal rivers. I hope the considered points are quite clear to you. Compare the east flowing and the west flowing rivers of the peninsular plateaus. West flowing are two only, Narmada and Tapi. Rest four, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri and Mahanadi are the east flowing rivers. So let's compare them. They flow into Bay of Bengal and the westwards flow into the Arabian Sea. East flowing rivers, they do form deltas and they do form estuaries. Examples, the name I have already stated in both the parts. So that is all about this comparison of east flowing and west flowing rivers of peninsular part. Why are rivers important for any country's economy? Because they helps in the generation of monetary capital, money, whatever term you want to use, you can use it over here, because they do help in navigation. It will be there. Rivers do help in the hydroelectricity generation as well, along with the availability of water for the irrigation for agriculture. So rivers are essential for irrigation, navigation, hydropower generation. So similar points will be there. If in place of rivers, what if lake is going to come? And along with that have been fundamental to the development of human settlements, because wherever there will be availability of abundance of water, if not an abundance, still availability of easy availability of water is there, the human settlement will be located over there. And for agriculture as well, they are a vital, very important natural resources for various human activities. One of them is agriculture over here. So that was all about the discussion of the exercise part. I hope all the answers are clear to you. Within the next class and the last class for our going on chapter number 3, we are going to discuss the inside the chapter questions. Then finally, we are going to wrap up our third chapter. And within the upcoming classes, of course, we are going to discuss chapter number 4. So see you soon in the next class. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.